All right, welcome to the 5 day Essential Oils Reboot Challenge. So, before we begin the official challenge, which again is going to be on January 6th on a Monday, we have this little warm up mini challenge for you all. This is just to get your juices flowing, get you excited, and get you immediately experiencing some change using essential oils. So, the first thing that we are going to tackle and talk about in this reboot challenge is sleep. So, why start with sleep? Why I love to start with sleep as a foundational basis for any sort of health transformation that you're trying to overcome, or emotional transformation, or just if you're trying to live a more radiant, balanced, in tune lifestyle, whatever your goals are, sleep is where you need to start because it affects everything. So, sleep is determined to be one of the number one factors for health in so many different ways. Lack of sleep is linked to breast cancer, prostate cancer, bowel cancer, type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, obesity, depression, and more. So it's such an important issue. And what we're going to do in this video is I have lots of essential oils here in front of me. I'm going to show you a few different combinations of oils that you can use, and I'm going to teach you how to use them to improve your sleep quality. So this video is going to go over all that. It's going to talk a little more about why this is so important, and then the instructions, or the sort of miniature truncated instructions of what you need to do and what action steps you need to take, are just going to be posted in this post. So above wherever you're watching this video, you can get sort of the Cliff Notes version of what we're talking about here. So, what I'd like to talk about first is the fact that I think in our society we need to address this issue that we tend to sort of idolize the overachievers in our society, the people who never sleep, the people who are always getting so much done, right? Go, 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 go. And we tend to make those people sort of our heroes and be like, oh my gosh, they get so much done and they never sleep. Well, it's not good. Those people tend to die young. Okay, they might get a lot done. But for me, I'd rather maybe get a little more work life balance in my life and take care of myself, take care of my health, so that I can be more present for my kids, my husband, my friends, my family. You know, when we don't get good sleep, we're just not our best selves. So I want to ask you to embrace this philosophy change. Change your philosophy to one of self care, which also means self love, which I think most of us who grow up in this society, we aren't really taught that, but you are worth it. So, whatever you need to do to make some changes in your life to prioritize your sleep, that is a radical act of self love. So make that happen. If you need to write affirmations to yourself around your house that say, I am worth good sleep, I deserve good sleep, whatever you need to do, let's do it. In the society that we live in, there's a lot of challenges out there that we face that really interrupt our sleep. So, just on a practical level, I think it's great to understand some of these challenges so that you can just be more aware of them. First and foremost, we have lots of bright lights that go into the dark time of the day. So, ever since the light bulb was invented, pretty sure people started getting less sleep. I think that there's a hormone like light switch that comes on in our bodies when the sun goes down. When the moon comes up, there's a natural hormone shift that starts to tell your body that it's time for bed. We don't have that anymore because we're always surrounded by electric lights and bright lights. So I'm not saying that you need to turn off all your lights when the sun goes down, but I think just being aware of that challenge can help you make that mind shift. Another simple thing you can do before bed and to help yourself get ready for bed is just to look at the moon. You can look out your window, you can pop outside for a second, just look at the stars, look at the moon for a minute. This really helps your body release the hormones that are necessary for you to start getting ready for bed. So essentially what I'm asking is for you to be aware of the challenge of bright lights going into nighttime, and asking you to really attune a little bit more to the natural cycles of night and day, and embracing that nighttime when it comes along as a reminder that it's time to start winding down, right? So, with cancer rates, especially at an all time high, we all deserve to prioritize sleep. So, there's this really fascinating study that happened, and they discovered that just one night of only 4 or 5 hours of sleep decreases your natural killer cells. So, these are the cells that attack cancer cells on a daily basis in your body. So those natural killer cells get decreased by 70%, which is one night of only 4 or 5 hours of sleep. Ooh. So if you're like me, and sometimes I will have those late nights, or I get a bad night's sleep and I do only get 4 or 5 hours of sleep, whew, I really feel it, and your body feels it too. And that makes you way more susceptible for cancer cell growth, which is really frightening. So depression, obesity, heart disease. Yes, let's fight all of these things with nutrition and other tools like essential oils and supplements. But first and foremost, let's fight these things with prioritizing sleep. So, we use essential oils for better sleep. Why do we do that? Well, first and foremost, when you start using essential oils on a nightly basis, what you can do is actually create a neural pathway in your brain that starts to trigger your brain that it's time to sleep. Essential oils also have a very relaxing component to them, so they can relax the body and relax the mind to help you get ready for sleep. And then while you're sleeping, essential oils can actually help promote a even deeper and more restful sleep. So I just love using essential oils to promote good, better, deeper sleep. So now let's look at essential oils. Which ones can we use to help us get better sleep? Okay, so right now, what you're going to do is you're going to watch this video that has a list of different oils that you can try. I want you to write down which oils that you want to try, or if you know what oils you have around the house, which ones you have. So this is our first pre-challenge or warm-up challenge before we officially start. And what I'm going to say now is going to apply for all of the little mini challenges that we have throughout the course. And that is this: the best oils that you can use are the ones that are in your hand. We're going to talk about a lot of different essential oils throughout this course. I don't want you to feel like you have to run out and buy 20 oils in order to do this challenge. If you have just a really basic set of oils, if it's lavender, lemon, peppermint, you'll probably be able to get almost every benefit out of this challenge just from those 3 oils alone. Yes, it's nice to have a little bit more diversity in your essential oil collection, but for the purpose of this 5-day challenge, I want you to use what you've got. Now, if you have like 0 oils around, or you only really have, 1 or 2 oils around, you might want to get a few more. And so maybe the list of oils that I'll talk about today, you can get some ideas of what you might want to order and have ready for your for the upcoming challenges. But really, I'm going to give a lot of different suggestions. You need to just try 1 or 2. So I'm going to start with, for people who are kind of newer to essential oils, I'm just going to give some really simple suggestions and things that you might have around already. So the first oil I'm going to talk about, you could probably guess already, is lavender. I know it might be kind of hard to see the oils on the video here, but this is lavender essential oil, sort of the king of essential oils. What I call it is the Swiss Army knife of essential oils, because it can do so many different things. One of the things it does is it relaxes the mind. It just makes us feel a little bit soothed, a little bit de-stressed. So if this is the only oil you have around, use it and let's see what happens. I'm going to talk about how we're going to use these oils after I go through the list of different oils you can try. So lavender is number 1 you can try. If you are a Young Living member, you'll probably recognize this oil. It's called Peace and Calming. Peace and Calming is a blend. So I really like if you're newer to oils and you're not really sure how to get started, I recommend that you buy blends. I know that goes against some of the advice that other aromatherapists give. They like you to get to know the single oils that are just one plant in a bottle first. But I love using blends because they're already pre-formulated with lots of different combinations of essential oils for a specific benefit. So Peace and Calming was developed to give you peace and calming. And it's one of the first oils that I fell in love with, and my husband as well. He would apply it to the bottom of his feet before bed, and he got such amazing sleep that the next day he said, "Oh my God, honey, we need to buy a big bottle of that." So this is Peace and Calming. What is in the Peace and Calming blend? So if you're a more advanced oil user and you want to mix your own oils, the oils that are in Peace and Calming are ylang ylang, patchouli, tangerine, orange, and blue tansy essential oil. I'll say that again. Peace and Calming is ylang ylang, patchouli, tangerine, orange, and blue tansy. So these oils in themselves have lots of different benefits. Ylang ylang restores confidence and equilibrium. Patchouli reestablishes mental and emotional equilibrium and energizes the mind. Tangerine contains esters and aldehydes that are really calming and rich in D-limonene, which is a very powerful substance that's really great for boosting our cancer fighter cells. Orange oil has a calming effect and can be used for feelings of peace. I love orange. It's such a happy oil. And then blue tansy oil, which is this beautiful deep blue oil, which be careful, it can stain cloth, so be careful there. Blue tansy oil has a slightly sweet aroma, a kind of herbaceous aroma, and then emotionally it's known to combat anger and negative emotions. So that's Peace and Calming, a wonderful blend, great for beginners. And then the last oil for beginners I'll throw out is just a single oil, and it's pine essential oil, which you don't hear people talk about pine essential oil all that much. But pine oil, just a drop or two on the bottom of your feet before bed, it can really help you get that restorative sleep. So you can use pine in combination on the bottom of your feet with any of the other oils that we'll talk about, and it should help promote a deeper, more restful sleep for you. So those are sort of the basic oils that beginners can start with. Now, if you're a more advanced oil user, you might have a larger oil collection and you're more comfortable with blending oils together, then let me give a few recommendations for that. My personal favorite sleep blend is lavender, vetiver, and cedarwood essential oil. This is a very, well, what's a nice way I could say this? Very earthy smelling combination of oils, not floral. No one's going to walk in your house and go, "Oh my God, it smells just so fresh and clean in here." They're going to maybe be like, "Smells like woods in here." And so, but it's such a, it just, when I smell that combination, it just washes over me and it helps me really calm down. A similar combination that you can try, and if you're a more advanced oil user and you're comfortable using oils internally, then you can get lavender, vetiver, which we just showed, lavender, vetiver, and valerian essential oil. 1 drop each in a capsule filled with olive oil taken before bed can help promote a deeper sleep as well. Valerian essential oil, and valerian, the herb, I've used it in many forms, in tincture form, in tea form. It's a really strong relaxant. So it's also often used for pain management as well. And it just has this relaxing effect on the whole body. So if you're more advanced and comfortable using that sort of powerful valerian essential oil, that's a great combination. And then another combination I really like that I've had a lot of people get great results with for sleep is lavender mixed with really any sort of combination of citrus oils. So maybe some tangerine oil, maybe some lemon oil, some grapefruit oil. Or if you have a citrus blend, this is a citrus fresh blend that Young Living makes. That's just a combination of different citruses and a little spearmint. So the combination of lavender with any sort of citrus oil has a really balanced effect on the body. I sometimes feel like lavender is not quite enough on its own when trying to calm or go get your body ready for bedtime. Really, lavender is such an amazing base for adding in other essential oils as well, and it can actually enhance the properties of those different oils that you're using. So give that one a try. And then the last combination of oils I will share is one that I really love. So when I find that I just have a hard time winding down and getting to sleep just because I'm just energetic, then I'll go for my first combo I gave you, which was lavender, cedarwood, and vetiver. But on the nights that I'm feeling really anxious, like I feel very like my anxiety's coming up and it's causing me to just like turn in my head, blah, 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 like all the bad things that are happening and making me really nervous and anxious, then I feel like I need something that's a little happier. So my happier sleepy time blend is lavender and ylang ylang, which I don't have here in front of me. Lavender, ylang ylang, and bergamot or bergamot, depends on how you want to say it. Lavender, bergamot, and ylang ylang together, I feel like is relaxing but also uplifting and sort of happy at the same times, and it helps you kind of just melt your anxieties away. So here is your 3-minute action for today's challenge. Now that you've watched this video and you've seen different oils that you could possibly use, what you're going to do is go find your oil stash, wherever that is. Find whichever oils you feel like are going to resonate for you to help you get a better night's sleep. Use the recommendations that I've suggested. Keep those recommendations in mind, but don't be afraid to go outside of those recommendations. Just work with what you've got. So once you've got your oils, put them in place next to your bed on your nightstand. Then I want you to take a picture of those oils on your nightstand and then post it in this challenge group just below this video. So we want to see, or if you don't know how to take a picture and upload it to Facebook, just tell us which oils that you are going to use. But make sure you put those oils next to your bed stand, next to your bed right now. Then what you're going to do is set an alarm for 30 minutes before what your ideal healthy bedtime is. Most of us need about 8 hours of sleep. I feel like I do best with about 9 or 10 hours of sleep. So I know what time I need to get up in the morning. I'll subtract 9 or 10 hours, and then I'll set an alarm for 30 minutes before that bedtime. Now, when your alarm goes off tonight, what you're going to do is go to your bedstand, open up your essential oil bottles, and you're going to put 4 to 6 drops of essential oils in your diffuser if you have one. I'm going to talk about what to do if you don't have one. But if you have a diffuser such as this, which this is just a basic diffuser, you can add water up to the fill line. Add water, add 4 to 6 drops of whatever oils you decide to use. So if you're using a combination of oils, just do 2 or 3 drops of each of those. And put those in your diffuser and get your diffuser running. Now, if you don't have a diffuser, that's okay. Essential oils are versatile. We can make them work for lots of different situations and in lots of different ways. So one of the other ways you can use essential oils besides in your diffuser is to take a carrier oil, which is any sort of fatty-based carrier oil. So this is just a blend. This is a blend of 6 different carrier oils. I really like this blend. But if all you have around your house is coconut oil or olive oil or almond oil, whatever you've got, that's fine, so long as it's a fatty-based oil. So to put that next to your bed, next to your oils. And then what you're going to do is take your carrier oil and take your essential oils. So I'll take lavender here as an example. And what I do is I'll just put a pump of that carrier oil into my hand, so maybe half a teaspoon. And then I'll add maybe 3 to 4 drops of essential oil right in my hand. So I've created sort of a cup in my hand. I don't know if you can see that. And then I'll swirl that around with my fingers. And then one place I would recommend applying first would be the bottom of your feet. Applying essential oils to the bottom of your feet is an excellent way to get that oil to run through your whole system. Put socks on over if you don't want to get kind of oily stuff in your bed sheets. If you have kind of a feet phobia, I know a few people who they're just like, I don't want to touch my feet. I'm not going to do it. That's fine. The other place you can apply is you can just sort of rub your hands together and then take that oil and just rub it all over your chest and the back of your neck. You should have plenty to reach those areas. So the back of your neck and your chest. That way you're really breathing in and feeling that oil. Now I'm going to fall asleep. So if you have any excess oil, you can just rub it into your back and that's fine. And then you're ready to go. So those are sort of the 3 different ways that you can use it. Oh, I have one more way. If you don't have a diffuser and you don't really want to rub oil on yourself, then the other solution is to get a spritz bottle. So an empty spritz bottle, you can buy these from your health food store or on Amazon. And you just fill it with water. And since this is a challenge, you might not have used this oil combination before. I would suggest not making a whole spritzer bottle. Maybe just fill it a quarter of the way for your first night. Maybe a quarter of the way with oil. This is an 8-ounce vial. So a quarter of the way with water. And then add 4 to 6 drops of whatever essential oil you're wanting to use. And then all you need to do is spritz when your 30-minute alarm goes off. Spritz your oil around yourself and around your bedroom. And then do that again right before bed as well. This is not going to give you as much essential oil in your system, but it's a good amount. And if you feel like you need more, then just keep spritzing. So there's 4 different ways that you can apply or use your essential oils. But the most important thing to do is to just do it. Take one of these options, use any combination of the oils that we've talked about. I'm going to recap those oils and list them in the post above this video to make it really easy for you all to follow along. So that's your warm-up mini challenge. I want to know how these essential oils might affect your sleep. It's important that we do this every night. So I want you to do this every night for the next 30 days, preferably, because it takes about 30 days for your brain to create a new limbic pathway that connects this scent, whatever you're using, to the fact that it's bedtime. So if you're familiar with like the Pavlov's dog experiment, where Pavlov trained his dog to salivate at the ring of a bell, we want to do that with essential oils and our sleep. We want to have that special blend of oils that we love to use 30 minutes before bedtime that's going to start triggering our brains to say it's time for bed and help us wind down. So post in the Facebook group tomorrow with your results. You can post in the comments just below this video. So there's 2 comments that I want you to do. Tonight, I want you to take a picture or tell us what oils are going to be next to your bedstand tonight and post that in the comments below this video. And then tomorrow morning when you wake up, come back to the group and post below this video what your results were. Did you fall asleep faster? Do you feel like you got a deeper sleep? Did your dreams change at all? We want to know. So good luck, have fun, and we'll see you in the morning.